Hello everyone, welcome to DevInsight. In this video, we'll be talking about how you can start using Slack in a better way. So I assume you already know what is Slack and how you can join workspaces, you can message in the channels and all the basic things. And if you don't know, don't worry, you can watch these two videos. I'll put their links in the description. So what we'll be doing in this video is we'll start from basics like updating your status, replying in threads, tagging, pinning, and we'll be covering some advanced topics as well, like how you can use universal search and power search for searching throughout the workspace, how you can filter messages, set reminders, and also how you can use custom Slackbot responses. So let's get started with the video. So for understanding this video in a better way, we'll be breaking the whole video in 10 small parts, where each part will be for a separate topic. So starting with the first part, the most basic one is setting your status in Slack. We encourage that whatever is your status in the right thing, like if you're on a meeting, if you are commuting, if you are sick, just uh, put your status like I'm in a meeting for an hour, so I'll put my status this and just save. And yeah, during this you can pause your notifications, so if you're on a meeting during this whole time, you'll not get a single notification. So that's why we encourage you to do this. Next topic, which is replying in threads. So suppose you want to reply for something, like you got a message like this one, asking the question which is tagged me, is the reply in thread video task completed or not? And I simply want to reply yes or no. I just say no. But suppose you didn't want to reply, you didn't reply it at this time, but instead what happened was you just got, okay, let's delete this first. And instead of this, what happened was within the time you wanted to reply, so as you can see, I just got another message, has everyone done their task? So this is totally different from the above message, but now I want to reply to this thread. So what I'll do is I'll just create a thread for this. Like you can also see the option reply in thread. So if I'll click on this, a thread for this question will be followed up, and all the person who are in this thread or who are tagged will get notification about this. So I can simply say yes or no inside this. Suppose I said yes. Now you can see these two questions which were separate are still there, and they are not messed up. So this is the reason we should be using thread inside any conversation. But now suppose that we are having a conversation in a thread, but also I want to notify about it in the whole channel, send any message. And what I want is when I send this message, all the channel gets notified about this. So what I can do is also send to trial. So I'll just click on this checkbox, and now you can see this message will be sent in this thread, as well as you can see that reply to a thread, hey DevInsight, this was the thread, and a message what I just typed, adding people inside your channel. So generally what you do is, for adding a person, we just click on add people, add to the name of the channel, add to trial in this case, and just type the name here. Okay, so just then it will load the results. Like I have just wrote Anant, yeah, it loaded Anant Krishna PA, and I'll add him into the channel. But suppose, so as I said, suppose you have a list of 40 people. So here is an Excel sheet. Okay, so as you can see here, we have number of names whom we have to add inside the channel, and we have like 38 persons whom we want to add. You can directly copy all these emails. Okay, Control plus C, minimize this, and just go to the steps you were already following. Click on add people, add to trial, and then here just use Control plus V or just paste all of the emails. Then what it will do is load all those 38 entries. It will firstly load all of those persons who are in this workspace, not in the channel but in the workspace. And let's give it some time to get all the loaded. So now you can see that it has loaded all of those emails, and also you can see some people whose email we gave are in this workspace, so they'll be added successfully when we'll add on click on this add button. But you can also see that we can see some of the names. So what will happen is the Slack will send an email to them on this mail. So, and by clicking on that mail, they can directly join into this channel. So now coming to the fourth part of the video, which was a tagging people. So suppose you want to have a conversation with someone and you want to say hi. Let's say just like I said hi to Kushwant, I also want to say hi to someone, and I'll use the at the rate, and then I'll just move to the person who I want to say hi. Like I want to say hi to Karan Krishna, I type at the rate and just clicked on this. So what will happen is when I have tagged him, he'll get a notification through Slack that someone has sent you a message. Suppose you want to send the notification to each and everyone who is in this channel. So what you'll do in that case is you just say hi at the rate. Now you can see that it will start suggesting names of the person, but you want to send all of them, so you will just write CHANNEL channel. Okay, so now just click on this. This will send the notifications to each and everyone who is added in the channel. Now the third way to tag person is using hi at the rate here. So as you can see, notify every online member in this channel. So what here does is it will send the notification of this message to each and every person who is online. At the rate channel sends notification to each and everyone irrespective of if they are online offline, they'll get the notification. But here what here does is it just sends the notification to those who are online in the channel. How to pin and save messages. So suppose you have any important message, let's suppose this one is important, and what we want is we want everyone in the channel to see this message. So the thing we'll do is just click on the three dots and pin to channel. What it will do is it will pin this message to the channel, and now everyone who will enter the channel will see this message first. Now the next thing is, if any message, suppose this message was important for everyone, but this message is important just for you, not for every person. So what you'll do is you can just click on this thing which is add to saved items, and now you save this message just by clicking on this. Okay, so now this as it says added to your saved items, and now whenever you want to see this message you can directly click on saved items, and when you will go on saved items it will show. So these are the two ways to save or highlight any important message. How you can search in the workspace for any messages, any user or anything like that. So which is our sixth part of the video as well. In Slack we have generally two methods to search for anything. The first one is universal search, and to do that just press Ctrl plus K. In Windows it's Ctrl plus K, while in Mac it will be Command plus K. So suppose I just want to jump to the trial. As you can see it is there, and I'll just press enter and it will directly take me to the trial channel. You want to search for specific things, so for that we have an option of power search in Slack. So to do that what we need is we have basically some types through which we can search for the things. Now suppose I want to search any message which I received from Anand Krishna. So what I'll type is I'll say from from, and then this I'll directly type ANANTH. Now you can see here's an option also from Anand Krishna PA, and it will directly show me the messages which I received from Anand Krishna PA from in any of the channels. So this is how we can search through the workspace using power search as well as the universal search. Now coming to the seventh part of a video, which is filtering messages. So as you understand that if someone DMs you a message, then for sure you should get the notification, but you might be added in multiple channels, and in some of the channels you might not want to get notification for each and every message. So what you can do is you'll get the notifications panel from here. Just click on the channel, click on the preferences, and now as you can see from notifications, instead of all new messages, you'll get the notifications for direct messages, mentions, and keywords. So now mentions and direct messages are fine, but what are keywords? So suppose you are a program admin or community lead for any topic like machine learning. So now you surely don't want notifications about OpenCV or NLP. So what you can do is add your own keywords to filter those messages. So I'll just add here some keywords like MS, machine learning, ML. So now what will happen? Whenever someone will use these keywords in their chat, then you'll be getting the notifications of that. Also, talking about notifications, you can surely set a time during which you'll be getting notifications. So it's like for me it's 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., which are the working hours. I'll not be getting any kind of notifications at night after 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. So you can change that accordingly according to your needs. But talking about the filtering messages and getting notifications, you can surely add keywords. And whenever you add keywords and those are used in any specific channel, you'll be getting a badge like this. Talking about create a post, what we'll do in the post is we'll try to build a to-do list. So normally when you share messages or pin messages, you just give the information to the other members. But in to-do list, what happens is when you give information, also there is an option for the other members to react to it. Okay, so now you can see here's a title. I just want to give a title day one tasks. I want the members to do these tasks, and what I'll do is I'll just select, and then you can see I have lots of options, among which one is checklist. So I'll just enable the checklist option in both of these, and now I'll just click on share. So this is a post, and inside this now we can select in what we want to share this. So we'll be sharing it in the trial, the private channel we are using for this video. And also if you want others to edit this post, you can click on this checkbox. And if you want others to share this message outside of Slack, and the others can interact with this to-do list, then you can click on this as well. But it might not be enabled as this is a private channel. So also you can add a comment with it, day one tasks to-do list, and you can directly click on share. Now coming to the ninth part of the video, which is setting reminders. So how you can just set a reminder in the channel. So for that, again just click on this lightning symbol for shortcuts and click on set yourself a reminder. Just select the date, select the time, let's keep it 7 or whatever you want, and just here you can set what you want to get reminded about. And now as you can see, Slackbot has replied, I will remind you to delete this channel at 7 a.m. today. The custom Slackbot responses part is for administration purpose only. So you might not be able to do that in all the workspaces, but it's a cool feature, so you should be aware of it. For that, you just go to the administration, customize Debian set contributions. So suppose you'll create any workspace, you can do this there. Suppose we'll add a new response. Someone says hello, the Slackbot will respond. You can simply save it. Now as it is done, we'll just cut it. And as you saw, the Slackbot simply replied to this message, hi, welcome to Debian set. This is how you can set custom responses, and it is in administration, but you might be able to access this as well, so do check it out. Thanks for watching this whole video, and I hope you got to learn something new.